yeah, Veronica Mars, I'm watching you. Private eye.
Bing bang bong, sing sang song. Ding dang dong, it's Joe, and this is You're a Podcast, Veronica Mars. I'm joined by my favorite co-host.
This is a very weird intro. This is Travis.
Yay! And we are here today for the Season 3 review and Season 4 FBI pitch review, I guess. A review of that?
Our opinions?
Opinions, there we go. And our opinions on that, because, you know, we don't often give our opinions on this podcast.
No,
at
never.
All. No, it's a very matter-of-fact podcast.
No.
No opinions.
Where do you want to start, Joe? I think we both had very mixed feelings on this season. I think this season's going to be a lot harder to try to review because it's kind of all over the place.
And I don't have much more to say than what we've already said.
So I would like not instead, but in conjunction with, give me, Joe, how you would fix Season 3.
Oh, it's literally the only thing I've written down for this. So I'm glad you brought that up, friend. So, of course, we should have just skipped the rape storyline. I don't care about what they were setting up in Season 2. Mm-hmm. Like, it should have just...
I think...
not happened.
If you could get Aaron Ashmore back... Yeah. They should have just... Or even...
Michael Cera?
Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim didn't want to come back.
He was fighting his girlfriend's evil exes. He was kind of busy at the moment.
That was like 4 years later, okay?
He was preparing for it. Okay. He's moving to Canada. Because that's not the Smallville one, right? That's not the Smallville one. Is it the Smallville?
Aaron Ashmore is the Smallville one, yeah.
Oh, okay, so then, he was busy and
Aaron Ashmore was busy because he was on Smallville at that point.
Sean is Iceman.
But Sean was also on Smallville.
Oh my god, I hate this. I hate the Ashmore verse. This is so confusing.
Yeah, Sean is Bobby Drake, and I think not the Bobby Drake. I mean, he was a good Bobby Drake, but we deserve. I think he would have been a really good gay Bobby Drake too.
Yeah, I mean, is he married?
Sean Ashmore? I don't know.
I don't want a hetero playing the only well-known gay mutant. Okay, but I would get rid of the rape storyline. I think also, I don't know how they would really do it, but I liked the Dean murdered storyline.
I did too, because it gave Keith something to do.
Yes, that was probably my favorite Keith storyline, honestly. Not really much with Veronica, but
I think that should have been more... It should have been longer. Because I feel like... But also, I wish we would have got more of Veronica and Dean O'Dell. Because then it would have maybe... If she had more of a relationship with him, she would have, forced herself into the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, really shoved her way through and be like, Dad, hey, Dad, hey, Dad, look at this. I found a clue.
As much as I would never want them to kill Clemens, I would like that kind of
no.
But that kind of because if Clemens was murdered, Veronica would have solved it by now.
It would have been solved episode 2.
Yeah, she would have. That would have been a real emotional punch for her, and it would have been interesting to give Veronica some story and heartbeats without it being sexually charged.
Fucking men, my friend. But one of the reasons too is I think it'd be good to give Veronica here's some murder for her to deal with. She thinks she's doing better in college because she's doing well with this case. Her classes are doing good or whatever. But then mid-season, that's when the sex tape happens. That's when all the castle stuff starts to go down. And it shifts into that part of the season. But the problem with that, again, is she wouldn't have a relationship with the professor or dean unless it would be 6 episodes in, and then he's murdered, and then it's like following 6 trying to solve that murder or something like that, and then we get into the castle. But I think it would be amazing to have a whole season, honestly, of Veronica trying to take down a secret society in Hearst.
I just don't know I don't know if that could, like, hold a whole season, to be honest.
I think it could. Like, especially only 20 episodes.
Yes. And I think it would have been a far more interesting way to use Nish as a character.
Yes.
Because I really like investigative reporter Veronica. We don't get it very often, but I think I like her as mini Lois Lane.
Yeah, like, bring in Nish to be Veronica's connection at the newspaper, make them allies instead of enemies, have it to where Veronica actually reveres Nish as, like, a pseudo-mentor. Like, so it's not like she's actually mentoring Veronica or anything like that, but Veronica sees a lot of her in her and, like, kind of wants to emulate that. And she
my
sees
only
her
fear
of, like,
if they would do that is they would have killed Nish.
Yes, I know. Or made her rape Veronica. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. One or the other.
But I mean, it would have been, like, it would just be nice to have Veronica have someone as a pseudo mentor that isn't her father, and even better if it was a female.
Because
like,
Keith
character.
is not a good mentor for her, as we learned. Like, no. It finally caught up and bit him in the ass, which is
it
did. It was nice and it was refreshing that there's, because like the Marses are all for like people like getting what they deserve and justice, and I'm like, but you guys skirt a lot of things, so it's kind of nice that they get their comeuppance. And like, you guys, you've done this to yourselves. I have no sympathy for you. This has been a long time.
How am I rooting for both the villain and the hero?
Yes,
I don't understand how this is working right now.
Yes.
Like, it's not like I'm not rooting for Veronica, but I'm also rooting for someone.
I know.
The Mars down just a little bit.
Just a peg or two.
But like, I don't need Veronica and Nish to even like be like friends, but at least like chummy colleagues of a sort. Like,
well, it's weird
like
that they introduced her at the newspaper and then did nothing with it.
And like, ideally, I would replace Piz with Nish, but I know that they wouldn't do that.
I mean,
so
if anything, they're going to replaase Parker with Nish because if they don't have the rape storyline, they don't need Parker. It's true. It's true, guys. If there's no rape storyline, but there's Parker doesn't exist.
Not at least for another 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So my other thing is have the castle tap both Wallace and Mac. Like, because Mac is pretty fucking smart. Like,
no, but she's a woman. They wouldn't have. That's the whole point.
I know. That's right. Yeah.
You can't, because the whole thing is she's a woman.
Well, but that was the old castle. This new castle.
No.
But do we have to go secret society and misogyny?
Yeah. Okay, you don't. Okay, if you're not gonna get the rape, you gotta get something.
No, I just done a trade-off. Okay, so we're going back to how I'm. This is a good story, so I don't care. We can have like, there could still be misogyny in there, like. Yeah, they'll recruit Mac, but she can't ever make it to leader. Like, she can only go up to a certain point. I also
question why they chose Wallace. No offense to Wallace, but it's not like, I guess because his athletics.
He's not rich.
He's not rich.
I guess
we've learned he's not super smart. He's basically kind of like, he was failing the first half of the season. So
fair.
I don't, because I guess
it's because he can play basketball really well.
But also,
joke's on them, he doesn't even go on to play. He ends up being like work at a high school. Like,
yeah, so it's very
and Mac's the one over in like Istanbul, like hacking into shit.
It's just very interesting, and I feel like they needed a character, and like Wallace was the only character they had that could maybe fit. I wish they actually would have explained a bit more why they chose Wallace.
If not Wallace, but they broke up Logan and Veronica.
And also, especially after what Wallace's mom was like, wasn't she fired from Kane Industries and like kind of has like a bad rep with the Kanes now?
Oh yeah, for bugging.
For bugging them. So I don't know. It's
he bugged me first.
Now that I kind of was like in thinking about it, I don't see the appeal of Wallace. But I feel like they're just at the end of the season. They're like, well, we can't introduce anyone new, so it's gonna be Wallace, and because we need to tape in Piz's. We need to tape Veronica having sex, so it has to be Wallace.
Oh, yeah. That's right. God damn it. I mean, good to have a storyline for Wallace. So I'll take it, honestly. Okay, so I'm still going with the notion of Mac and Wallace being trapped in the castle, because fuck you.
Don't agree with this.
I don't think you have to agree, but you can talk about how you would structure it. But I think it would be fun with that is Veronica having to deal with like both Mac and Wallace being tapped, paranoia there that they would kind of like abandon her in a way. Like it's something bigger and better.
I also
don't
think Mac would want to be part of this. Just that her character alone.
I'm getting there.
Okay, I'm just like I know you want to include Mac and stuff, but I'm like, Mac doesn't fit with this.
I have a whole segment of that exact thing that you were bringing
then get
up.
to it.
I'll just read straight from it. Okay, so I have Veronica has to deal with that, and her paranoia alienates her from them because something happens to make her not be able to trust either of them because one of them might be a mole. Mac actually does turn out to be a mole, but for Veronica, going as far to tell Veronica that she's only there for the castle. Wait, hold on. I wrote this really horribly. Anyway, so yeah, Mac and Wallace are joined or whatever, but Mac ends up being a mole for Veronica to help bring down the castle, whereas Wallace is actually tempted to join the castle because of like the power that brings, like the wealth, like it would set up his family, it would set up his like future generations of family, and I don't know, maybe we've seen in the past year or so what it's like to be a black man in America, and he might have jumped at the chance to get a leg up once in life. Like, just possibly.
Fair.
But ultimately, he's like the moral compass of the show, so he doesn't. Like, it's just something that is weighed on him, and he tries to, like, whatever. But either way, it ends with him like ruining his chances to save Veronica, because that's what everyone does on the show no matter what. Because at the end of the day, that's something I don't think you could take away, is that everyone must ruin their life to make sure Veronica lives. Also, kill Lamb out the gate. Why did we go so long without killing? I think it would have been better to like have the key, like that election at the beginning of it.
My thing with Lamb is, let's just say the actor was a normal civil person that everyone got along with. Okay, just for a second. Okay, like let's stretch the imagination that a white male is not problematic. Okay.
Hold on. Let me get high real quick. I really gotta stretch my mind for this.
I think it would have been really interesting for something happens where Lamb is either sidelined for a little bit or Keith has to step in for him. And I think as much as the Vinny versus Keith stuff was like funny, I think Keith versus Lamb running for sheriff would have been like a far more interesting storyline.
We already did that.
Yeah, I guess they did.
We already, and you didn't like that storyline.
Did I not?
Actually,
no, I didn't.
You didn't. You did not. I
take that back. I've watched the show.
I've watched it.
I wish they would have picked someone better than Vinny, because I don't think it didn't work with Vinny. It was
fair.
Too comical.
That's fair.
And it wasn't. It also was just like disgustingly very Trump-like, and it really made me like very uncomfortable. And there's no way they could have known any of this. But it would have been bringing someone else, like have it be Jake Kane. Like I think that, or no, not Jake Kane. I guess that doesn't make any sense. No,
the billionaires.
I know.
No, see, all I really want from it is the Fitzpatricks. Like, I really enjoyed them having, like, a puppet running for sheriff. Like, it doesn't even... who's a... Weevil? No.
I can't think of anyone that it could be.
And that's why they went with Vinny.
It didn't work.
What if to go for the heart, they went with Cliff?
Cliff wouldn't do it. Cliff's too smart.
Yeah, that's fair. So it is Vinny.
So speaking about the police department, just 1 second here. We may have said some very not nice things about Sax and his actor.
I thought we were going to talk about this in the movie.
Oh yeah. Okay, cut this. Yeah.
Because I agree. I think Lamb definitely does grow, and that growth shows in the movie.
You mean?
But from what we're at in season 3,
not Lamb.
Sax. Sorry.
Lamb is dead in the movie.
Well, he grows a tree out of the ground from which he is buried.
He grows a brother that wrecks the movie, to be honest.
Let's not talk about fucking that douche. Sax. He actually does. Yeah, he gets growth in like the movie, but like what we see in season 2, 3, whatever, like he's just whoever's in charge he's gonna do what he wants, and that's fine. It doesn't make him like a shitty person. It just I wouldn't trust him with my life.
I also have to say, seeing how like the police departments run and how there was kind of that boys club mentality, especially the guys that Keith kicked out, I understand Sax being very much like, okay, I just gotta like go with the flow or it's gonna be very hard for me. So I can kind of see that, but you know.
But that also is still following orders.
Orders. I know.
What I either meant if they're gonna mention Kendall again in the season, do something with her.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the fact they mentioned her, I was just like, why? They're really. I mean, I get that was like the last time like Keith was really like with the Fitzpatricks, so it would kind of make sense to bring that up.
The whole Kendall cliffhanger from last season was still the stupidest thing ever.
Sure was. We didn't. Yeah, I don't know how I would resolve that instead. Like, just, I mean, you have to do something with it, but I don't know. I don't know why. It didn't. There was, I guess, not have it be a painting. I understand it's a painting because like it's there because it's worth millions or whatever, but it was so anticlimactic. Like at least in like the season 2 premiere, it was like, oh, it's Logan. Like that actually felt like a payoff.
Because it's like, it didn't set up any storylines is the problem. So it didn't add to anything. It's not like this big cliffhanger then played a part into season 3. It was all kind of wrapped up with, not talked about for 19 episodes and then brought back. So it's like, what were you trying to set up? Or like, did you want to set something up and then you're like, actually, let's turn the show into something different. Sorry, Charisma Carpenter. Once again, you need to be screwed over. Like, I don't know.
God.
I just don't know. Let's talk briefly about characters. Let's talk about Parker and Piz for a second. Like the new reoccurring actors on the block. As iTunes like to constantly call them.
I'm so rude.
I have nothing against the actors. I think they're both, outside of Veronica Mars, very good actors. I've liked them both.
Oh yeah.
On plenty of other things, and I actually like Piz in the movie, like acting standpoint.
Chris Lowell is a good actor.
Yeah,
and
Chris Lowell on Glow is phenomenal, and it's so upsetting that we'll never get his like. They're pushing for a storyline for season 4, and we'll never get that, and it's so upsetting. But he was sacked with an awful. There's no way he was gonna win. There's no way. The writers set him up to fail, and I feel really bad for him.
And what sucks too is like everyone knows like Veronica's not going to end up... He is just there to cause conflict between her and Logan, and it's so
and if they
belittling.
If they hadn't made him such a creep so early on about him, like, basically jerking off to Veronica every night, then, like, them dating, I don't think would have been as troublesome.
I would have liked it if she pursued him.
Yes.
Instead of him pursuing her while she's just like, huh? Other men think I'm attractive? What?
Because it
Me
would
and
have
my
been
blonde hair?
It kind of would have been like how Riley was the safe bet for Buffy, kind of having like Piz is the safe bet for Veronica. Kind of not safe bet, but like stable, safe.
At least Mark Blucas and Sarah Michelle Gellar had chemistry. Yeah, albeit a little, not much, but it was more than we.
I mean, I bought that whole episode where they're having sex all episode. I bought it, so
shit. Me too. That was
also Mark Lucas is like a man, so
ooh,
he is man.
Corn fed.
Yeah, he is corn fed. Yeah,
that's a farmer boy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something about how he did his hair. Just not a fan.
I get it. But Piz was given very little character except for he likes Veronica, and that's not a character trait. Parker and Piz are very
and he plays
one-note
music.
characters. Also, you couldn't have they both had to be P names. Like that also really always bugged me. I'm like, really?
It's either P or M.
Like or W, really.
Oh yeah, PMW.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I was thinking of BMW. I was like, that sounds familiar. Yeah. Or PYT. Or PWT. That's what I was thinking of. Poor white trash.
Because Parker's character is I was raped, and Piz's is I like Veronica Mars.
Basically,
and then Piz just turned into like a writer's, because he was like that nerdy guy, and then now it's like
a self-insert.
Huh?
A self-insert
where it's like, oh sweet, we always wanted to like screw the hot blonde chick, and now we can make our
the
character
hot and smart blonde chick.
Yeah,
because she's not hot and dumb.
Because Veronica is very
smart.
much a male fantasy type character, and it's kind of weird sometimes.
Well, it's because
the fact that she works in a library is also they went there.
Outside of that, I think it says a lot that she is a male fantasy character when really she's like the whole point of how like Rob Thomas approached her was just gender flip. Like it's essentially a male detective, but in a female body. Like, you know.
So what you're
like,
saying is all straight men are gay.
Yeah. Actually,
we get it. Female detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.
We haven't brought that up more than like ever than we have in this last few episodes.
Because honestly, that's what season 3 is. I feel like is the tagline is. Because I never really got that from like the other 2 seasons except for the pilot, but season 3 is very much that.
But it's just funny that she's a male fantasy character, but she's literally just a guy because that's all guys want is to fuck each other.
Well, it's just like Lara Croft is just a male Indiana Jones with boobs.
Oh, yeah. And then Nathan Drake is just a male Lara Croft with a dick.
Ugh. Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, Tom Holland is...
I know!
I'm so upset. I'm still so upset.
I would have actually much rather Mark Wahlberg. I would have taken him as Nathan Drake.
Oh, you know who would have been good? What's his face that's doing Last of Us?
Oh, Pedro Pascal? Yeah.
Not, either him or
I think he would have been better than Joel. I don't think he's going to be a good Joel.
I wasn't thinking of him. I was thinking of Fudge. He was in Star Wars. Half of who was supposed to have sex with Poe.
Apocalypse.
Yes. Oh my god, I love this man, Oscar Isaac. Fuck. Oh my god, that man does anything.
If you've never watched Ex Machina, he's like, oh, like that's the first thing.
The man is a god.
That's the first thing I ever watched with him in it, and I'm like, oh my god, I would live on like a weird sex island with him.
Whatever he wanted, whatever he needs.
I get why. I feel so bad that he was in Age of Apocalypse because he
would have been a good Apocalypse.
Bryan
though,
Singer really let him down, and Bryan Singer doesn't usually let men down. Okay,
yeah, he does. He doesn't let boys down.
Yeah, allegedly,
and that's what. No, you can say allegedly. Come at me, you fucking pedophile.
Come at me, Bryan Singer. Come at me. And bring James Marsden's phone number with you.
Oh, yeah, if you could do that.
You could. That'd be great. Thank you.
So, character that I kind of fell middle ground with would be Dick.
Ugh. That's also another thing. The castle would have been great because it would have been a good way to bring Big Dick back in a bigger way. Because I think Big Dick would have been part of the castle at some point.
And like, trying to get Lil Dick to do it?
Yeah.
Because I think at the end of the day, like, Logan wouldn't be invited, but Lil Dick would just because of Big Dick's
and then Jake would be
still.
like, come on, man, this is so stupid. Your son's an idiot. He's like, well, one of our kids has to keep this going, and it's not yours. And I only got one left, so...
You have a hidden son somewhere, Jake? Like, fuck, I got one.
You do have a hidden son somewhere, so... That's the problem.
I just choked on my nerd's root. Anyway, now that I can breathe again, I wish they would have done Dick's Abology tour sooner.
I mean, I get it, like, from a standpoint of Dick's character. I think his apology to Mac was such a last minute, like, okay, let's just do it. It didn't really work for me, to be honest.
It didn't. No, not at all. Because it was so rushed and pushed at the end of the season. They had so many moments where they had Dick doing, like, nothing.
Yes.
That they could have done this.
I do feel bad for Ryan Hansen. Like, I'm sure it was nice to... It's probably really nice to be an actor who is a series regular on a show. But what did he really do except for, like, his highlight was he mooned a bunch of girls.
Oh, and that little, like, cocktail, like, waitress outfit that he wore. Oof. Honestly, just having him naked works. I mean, I wish there was plot, but honestly, no. Actually, no, I don't, because he's a shitty character, and I just want to look at the human that's Ryan.
Play It Again, Dick is really funny, and they kind of...
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's Ryan Hansen is, like, gold. He's a comedic gold.
I'm just shocked I've never watched it. I don't know how I didn't.
It was only because it was only on, like, the CWC, and I had to, like, illegally download it because it wasn't on anything.
That's right. And I was, like, at that time, I was moving across the state, like, that was going on, so I wasn't able to watch it, I don't think, because I was moving from Arizona to California, and, like, we were in a hotel for, like, 2-3 weeks until, like, we were able to get...
I feel like you were already
our
in
house
Denver.
was available.
The show's not that old.
No, I was in California.
For Play It Again?
Wait, Play It Again Dick. That wasn't airing concurrently, was it?
No. It came out, like, 6 years ago?
Oh. Never mind. Well, there's a little piece of history of Joe.
So I'm pretty sure you were, like, not moving around at that point. I'm pretty sure
I was like... So yeah, I was a junior in high school, like,
because it has a bunch of actors from iZombie in it. Because I'm like, it can't be that old. Because iZombie's only, like, 6 years old at this point.
Oh, fuck. Well, I was just a horrible fan.
It's fine. But I'm like, I don't know where the story is going because it's bullshit, whatever it is.
Like, yeah, go ahead, Joe. Just keep lying to them. Just keep you're a movie? What? I've lived in Denver for, like, I think I figured it's like 13, 14 years at this point. So yeah, definitely it was not.
So I'm like, this is not, I don't know where you're going. I don't know where you're going with this.
Oops. So I want you to talk about your favorite character of the season, Logan Eccles. Don't sigh. You actually did like him this season.
I did, and that's why I'm sighing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I owe the viewers an apology or you an apology or myself an apology.
Always.
What I liked about Logan this season, and it's not even like Logan, I liked him and Veronica as a couple who are just like together.
Yeah.
It also helps that they just have like the best chemistry ever.
It's ridiculous.
Even though I prefer Veronica and Duncan together, I understand from a writing standpoint why you would put these two together. It makes sense.
I know.
And then also this is why I don't get what the whole I think it's really stupid how writers think the only way you can do drama is by breaking up your main characters. That's not how the world works. Like shows like it's a comedy, so it's not really the same, but like How I Met Your Mother, Lily and Marshall were married for pretty much the majority of it, and like their married issues
they just weren't in
funny.
Season 2, and that was fucking great with them in Season 2 when they were broken up.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. So you remember the scene where Marshall and Lily are like at brunch or something, and they're trying to like turn each other on because they still aren't dating each other, and they're like trying to give each other a hard time, and he like reveals his calf.
Yes.
I am Lily in that moment because Austin, when we first met, was like a cart pusher, so he had some like diesel ass calves. Like they were. Oof. So I just remember when that aired, and then I just looked over and it was a me moment, and I was just like, oh no, I'm Lily. Like the vapors over some calves. Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. It's not like a weird fetish thing, like, because it's not in that.
No, I get it. There's part like when guys have like the veins on their forearms. It's I don't know what it is, but it's
that honestly,
or like
I just once I see that
their biceps, but just like the one,
and you could like what you could see it like throb.
Yeah, and you're like, can you strangle me with that vein, please? Thank you.
Please. Like, and I just know you're chopping wood somewhere. Like in my mind, if I see either one of those veins, mainly the bicep one, I just assume you chop wood in the middle of the forest, and you need to take me to your home.
Yeah, you need to start a fire with my anus. Thank you.
You should go to the doctor if that's happening. You might have syphilis, Travis. Where were we?
Oh yeah, I think there could have been far more interesting storylines if Logan and Veronica were together.
No, and okay, like going even from like a real world point of view, me and Austin have been together for 12 years this year. You know what we haven't done in those 12 years? Broken up. You know how much drama there was still there?
Yep.
Quite a bit in the first half.
Yeah.
That last half we earned the calm that we have now. But there was like a lot of drama in the beginning of relationship. So like, and none of it involved like breaking up or like, oh, I think you like this person. Like, oh no. Which I get it. It's a teen drama or whatever. But we met when I was like 20. It wasn't like I was that
You're
far
basically the
off.
same age as Veronica and Logan. So.
Yeah. So like, it wasn't that far off from when they were to like, I don't know. It just feels like a not real world, and it was just drama for drama's sake, which I get. It's a CW show. It's a teenage. It just come up with something original.
Which is why I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I kind of want to segue into like the FBI stuff, unless you have anything else for season 3.
No,
that's why I don't understand where the FBI thing would have gone. There's no way this would have worked on the CW at all.
It wouldn't have.
Like, I rewatched it before we recorded, and I liked it. I thought it was an interesting way to go. I like the supporting cast. I like just the whole...
But it didn't have to be Veronica. It could have been a whole new thing.
But also, I don't understand how this would have played on the CW. Like...
Now I think it has a place. Back then it did not, though.
Back then it did not. Also, but I still don't think it has a place on it now.
Okay, where does Crazy Ex-Girlfriend have a place? And that went on 5 seasons.
4 seasons.
4 seasons.
But I mean, I can see where Crazy Ex-Girlfriend at least... because
Jane the Virgin.
But, like, those two shows actually kind of work well together.
Sir.
But no, I mean, like, I wish... because it's only, like, 12 minutes, so I don't exactly know what the show's supposed to be. But if it's supposed to be, like, a procedural, like, crime show, move it to CBS.
NBC.
Well, because CBS...
Yes, actually,
move to CBS.
No. That's not the right age demographic. No,
that's the problem.
No.
See,
that's why you would have to send it to NBC, because that's the younger procedural.
But NBC, but, like, because... if it would go to anything, it'd be the CW, because like CW aired season 1 of Veronica Mars during the summer, so they already have like some sort of like relationship. Also, CW and CBS own CW, so that's where it would go.
I guess it could go right before NCIS, and that one sassy girl. What's her name? Abby.
She's on
Abby.
On it. I don't think she's on it anymore.
Oh, I don't know.
I think she had like a really bad experience there, and she like. She like left the show, and she's like she said she like cried every single day because
I've never actually seen the show. She's just like the only one I know because she was the only one that looked like under the age of.
Because
like,
after she
50.
left, she said like working on the show is like the most traumatizing thing she's ever had to do. Like anyway,
That's horrible. 'Cause she was there for like 8 years.
She was there for like 12 years.
Oh my god! Someone please buy.
You gotta go look into that, because apparently, what's his name? Is it Mark Harmon? Is just like a monster.
That's also the only other one I knew because he's a monster.
Anyway, I don't understand where. Like, I understand they set up the FBI thing and like kind of in season 2. And if you had guaranteed me Lucy Lawless as a main character, I would have been like, Lucy Lawless and Kristen Bell every Tuesday night. Sold. I'm there. I am there.
I don't care who else is there. Like, any other cast you want.
Yeah.
Have at it. Like, I just need these two. I think that would have probably actually picked up the show if they could have gotten Lucy. Because I think Lucy's at least a bit, especially back, like, 14 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, Xena had only been over for what? Not even 10 years at that point?
I think she would have done it. Because I mean, I'm sure they just couldn't get her for like the test pilot thing.
They could have been like at the end, also starring.
Just have a photo of her in the background.
Shit! Oh my god, yes.
Because it's such a weird. I know shows have like tried to retool and reset themselves, but to like get rid of your entire cast, also is like really shitty to your entire cast.
Well, that's almost what they kind of wanted to do for season 5.
But the problem with it now is because the seasons are so far removed from each other.
Yeah.
And it works now.
That's
but like,
that's 100% fair. Yeah.
It would have been so, and I don't think do you really think the fans would have? I mean, the set of fans would have watched it without Logan. Like, do you really think this was going to happen?
No, and I think they. No, I don't think it would have happened.
Exactly. Because I remember when that came on the DVD, and people were like, "Why would you not have Logan?" And then there's a lot of people who thought like Logan should have been part of the FBI, and I'm like, guys, that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, I get it, you want Logan in the show, but. Come on. There's other ways he can be in the show without him being in the FBI.
Like, could he be the janitor?
Like Weevil shows up. He's like,
yeah, that's what I. So I got a promotion at the FBI now.
Mac works at like the computer department or the hacking department or whatever.
Oh my god, Wallace is in the drone department.
And Keith is somehow there too. He's like the FBI private investigator.
Yeah, he's like a mentor for some people. Dick is there
because his mom,
just like season
his
3,
stepdad is a governor, so he got him in.
Oh my god, yes. Oh fuck. Who else could have been? Lamb. They were actually able to save his consciousness, and he's part robot now.
But it's like Lamb, but like it stands for. It's like.
Oh, we're LAMB, Love Angel Music Baby.
He's a Love Angel Music Baby machine. And
this is so stupid.
And Gwen Stefani's the one that assigns all the assignments.
She's the Charlie of the FBI. Oh my god. At the end of season 1, we find out Lamb isn't actually Lamb, but he's 4 Harajuku girls under a trench coat that form together.
I don't think they would allow 4 Asian characters on network TV in 2007, sir.
That but that's why it would be like a series finale reveal.
Oh yeah. I think the FBI thing had some interesting ideas. I just don't think it was like well put together, and I just didn't like the whole schoolgirl pervert thing. It was such a. I mean, it fit perfectly into Rob's like aesthetic, but I don't think it was a good. I don't think it worked well.
I mean, season 4 has to start with Veronica getting sexually assaulted in some way, and then in this case, it's some man pulling down his pants in front of her.
Also, no offense to Kristen Bell, but like, she doesn't look that young. Like
I would have bought like college.
Yeah, but I do like. I like the interaction between the two of them. Where he's like, the stuff he's saying about like, oh, I'm sure your mom stopped like snorting like paint by now, huffing paint. Like it was well written. I really enjoyed that scene.
It was funny. It was just like, it would have been better if it wasn't Veronica, the one who just constantly experiences stuff like that, But also, does that make her better? Nope, does not make her better suited for it. That's shitty.
I just don't understand where this would have fit on the CW at the time and why they thought this would work. I think
it was kind of like, I just want to work with Kristen Bell, anything, throw it against the wall and see what sticks. And I don't know, it kind of cheapened the show a little. Whereas like, oh, you don't have like, there's no, okay, this is going to sound mean, and I don't mean this to sound as mean as it's going to, but it feels like he is like, I don't really have any integrity for the show. Has no integrity. Yeah. I'm just gonna like do whatever I want with it, and like I get that. It kind of takes away from it as a piece of work when he's like, no, I'll just make it into anything it can be at this point. Like at least with like the season 4 into season 5, like you're saying, for one, it's far enough removed from season 3. It's been 10, 15 years, something like that, 14 years. So these characters have grown and everything. Of course, they probably won't be around. It's a lot harder to fit them in when you're not 20, and you actually have real world responsibilities. I think the show is. You think of any other show, kind of that with like a beloved cast, because I think what helps Veronica Mars is the supporting cast. I think the writers didn't really realize that till near the end of season 3 is what works, is Veronica with these people. So to kind of take them all away, what? I don't know. If you ask certain people, they would say that they didn't realize it until the end of season 4. I mean, I just think to have I think you're really correct what you're saying about how Rob had little integrity with his characters in his show, because it felt more like Rob just wanted a show and did not really care about like what show it was.
He just
wanted a show with Kristen Bell.
And what I really appreciate is the CW is like, oh no, we still want Kristen Bell. We just don't want you, Rob. Because like she went on to do Gossip Girl, but then Rob got a show. He got like iZombie for like 5 years. So,
but you know, I mean, that was Diane.
But I will say, Diane. I think what really hurt Veronica Mars is back then shows always like you didn't do half seasons, and I think Veronica would have worked well as like a half season show.
It would have done exceptional.
Because I think I have issues with season 4, like from a story perspective, but it works better as like a mini-series format. Like the actual mystery kind of works better condensed. Because a lot of the mysteries on Veronica Mars, I think, get a little lost, is because they have to be spread out.
I agree. And if you were to just be able to condense it and make it like, because that's why the 8 episodes season 4, I think story wise worked. But like you said, there were some elements that definitely didn't work.
If Veronica Mars was maybe 5 years later as a show, I think it would have found better success.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think it was just a lot too early for, because Veronica Mars would have been a great, like if it was like a Netflix series, I think it would have fared better, or even like a Hulu series, something that was more. I mean, I guess it is a Hulu series now.
How did that fare for it?
I mean, we got a season. I don't know. I think
we did.
I just want to say, people who are maybe it's just because who I follow on Twitter, but like, people need to just realize it's not you can't just put a season together. Like for Veronica Mars to get a season 5, a lot of moving pieces have to align. And like, Kristen Bell is busy, and like, she has stuff to do. And also, at the end of the day, Veronica Mars won't be her top priority. Like, it's very clear her family is her top priority, which is amazing for her. And also,
and needs to be like.
But also, she's living on Disney money now, Disney princess money. So she can, if she wanted to, never has to do another thing in her fucking life.
Isn't Frozen like literally one of the top grossing Disney movie?
Well, I mean, technically, I guess the Avengers would be like the top grossing movie, but
non-Marvel Disney movie.
Yeah, I think it's pretty up there. Like as a yeah, I don't know that. So I think Frozen 2 made like $1 billion.
She doesn't have to do shit,
and she's gonna have this gig forever. And any spin-off, side deal, like toys that use her voice, shorts, Disney experiences, like
short, like animated shorts. I thought you meant just like any shorts you buy. Like, that's odd, but no tops. She just gets
her contract was she got the shorts and Idina Menzel got the shirts.
I guess that's fair. No. Because that also includes pajama bottoms, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Because like they're gonna do so many Frozens, which good. I thought Frozen 2 was fantastic, and I'm so excited for.
Still haven't seen.
I'm so excited for Frozen 3. Like,
I have Disney Plus.
Frozen 2 was because I did not like Frozen 1, but Frozen 2 was like fucking like gay, honey for the gays. Okay, like it's
honey for the gays.
It was everything you want in a princess movie, and. Yeah, and Kristen Bell's gonna like ride that, and good for her. Like, you look at the voice actors for
she earned it.
Ariel and like Belle. Like, anytime those characters pop up, they're there. They're at all like the Disney events. So, as much as I would love a season 5, because I think it'd be really interesting to see Veronica outside of Neptune and kind of take it away. I understand why Kristen Bell's not like fighting for it, and also everyone who's like tweeting her and like.
Oh my god,
you gotta stop.
People are fucking assholes.
You actually make it worse for people who want season 5.
But they don't care. They don't want a season 5, so who the fuck cares? Yeah. And it's shitty. And
we'll just no, but even the people who want a season 5, because I see it where any comment, any post Kristen Bell makes, there's people in the comments, oh, we want a Veronica Mars season 5. You obviously know she doesn't care. Like, do you think that's going to be like, oh, well, I better get on it? because it's in every one of my tweets. Like,
because at Ojo said, I want Veronica Mars season 5. Go after Hulu for that. That's who you need to bug, not Kristen Bell.
Also, yeah,
God
go after Hulu.
It.
And, like, it also depends, like, because streaming services don't show their ratings. Was Veronica Mars even successful? Like, it did not cause a lot of buzz when it came out. It did in the Veronica Mars sphere, but, like, I don't think a lot of people were talking about it outside of, like, us.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know where this came from. I was just like...
I don't either.
I'm having some issues right now with people, like, bugging celebrities, because I've kind of been, like, thrown into it a little bit, and it's really pissing me off, so that's just where I'm at. What?
Well, we'll have to talk after. I don't know what you're talking about. But the season 4 FBI pitch, why does Rob Thomas just have a thing for bombs? Like,
also,
yeah,
I will say I wasn't really following the storyline because I didn't care. I like that she had like a black friend, I guess, some sort of diversity in there.
In one of the books, it was a bomb that was the main mystery, and then of course the actual season 4's main mystery was a bomb. So like. Does he...
And I guess season 2 was also a bomb.
Oh my god, season 2 was a bomb? Like, can we not? I don't get the fascination with
Is
bombs.
Rob Thomas, like, the Unabomber and we just don't know it?
Al-Qaeda, yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. I think so. Great. Now I'm going to have to delete that because I'm not getting flagged by the FBI.
Delete that.
That's a buzzword. Fuck, they already heard it from my mic. I'm fucked anyway.
The FBI's like, this little faggot's talking about Al-Qaeda.
God, no, it's just the fucking Veronica Mars bullshit again. God damn it. Yeah, I don't really have much. What was outside of the finale, what was your favorite episode of season 3? And the spitting eggs. No spitting eggs.
It wasn't spitting eggs.
Okay.
I liked the episode with the Valentine's Day episode.
Oh, the scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
That was a really, really good
I
one.
will say the problem with season 3 is all the episodes blend together. They don't feel as like distinct as some of the other seasons. And I also think it helps that season 1 and 2 I've watched many a times, and season 3 this is my second go around. I would have liked more. I wish they just didn't work so hard to make this feel like a different show, like a different series, and did not use their past and delve into it or like embrace it. Because at the end of the day, Madison should have gone to Hearst College. I don't fucking care what anyone says. Madison should have gone to Hearst College.
Did she say she went to college at all?
I can't remember. Well, wasn't she in a sorority? You know,
I don't think so.
No, she wasn't in college because she drove back every weekend for her mom to do her laundry. I just can't remember what college she was in. She's probably in like a state college or something.
Wouldn't that be better than Hearst still? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Also, what really bugs me about Jake and this whole this Hearst thing is, I'm pretty sure in season 1 he was talking about getting like Duncan into like an Ivy League school, and that's not what Hearst is. Like,
oh, because he would have been part of Hearst.
Yeah,
but probably wanted better for his son.
But wouldn't he want Duncan to be part of
getting him into one of those secret societies? Getting into the fucking Harvard secret society? Shit, he ruled the world. Because he would have the Canes ruling the world. You know what?
I always forget that the Canes are new money. I keep forgetting the Canes are new money.
He came into it from software.
Because like Kane was white trash because he dated Leanne. So I always forget about that because I keep thinking. But okay, I take it back. That makes sense. Sorry, my bad.
It's all right.
My bad. Right. I'm still thinking about Scruffy Jake Kane. Sorry.
Oof. The Vipers.
Like, can you imagine that all season? They hired him at Hearst College as like a professor. He would have fit right in with the other DILFs.
Oh my god. That casting director of season 3. Thank you.
I will say, thank you, Dean O'Dell, for stacking up your school.
Where do I sign up? Like, literally, the college brochure is just the professors that he's hired.
Oh, what's that?
It's a calendar.
What's that stupid dating sim? Like the Dating Daddy or whatever it is.
Oh, Dream Daddy?
But it's like Dream Daddy Hearst edition.
Yes! Oh, love it. Do you have anything else? I would like to just wrap this up because we're going to go around in circles about nonsense.
This was a disappointing season. It was not as bad as I remember. It's not like the black hole of season 3 of the series as I think I recalled. I just don't think the writers knew what they wanted to do, and I also don't think it helped that the networks changed. I think if this was on UPN, if UPN stayed UPN, I think Veronica Mars would have had a couple more seasons out of it, to be honest.
I think we would have probably gotten up to season 5.
I think so. But I think merging two networks, a lot of shows, all these shows were fighting, and a lot of them just did not cut it.
Gilmore Girls was a pretty, solid ratings show. And I'm sure Amy and Dan left at the end of season 6, and season 7 was helmed by someone else, but I think a lot of it that hurt a lot of shows is just a merging of networks.
So I think a lot of the new shows really stood out because you had Supernatural and Gossip Girl, and you had all these newer, bigger shows.
Wasn't Supernatural 2005?
It was on season 2 when the CW aired.
So then, yeah, it still could. That one could have fell by the wayside.
I think because it was fresher. I think shows like Gilmore Girls that were 7 seasons in, it was a harder sell, maybe.
I get that, but Veronica and Supernatural were on season 3 at the same time? Is that?
No.
No, it was going. Season 2 was the CW. I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense, because then, yeah, you only got one season going.
And I think Supernatural, what helped it was it wasn't an overarching story. It was very week to week. And
it did have an overarching story, but you could jump in a lot easier.
You could just watch. You could miss an episode, and usually you could be okay.
Yeah. There wasn't. If there was anything revelatory, it let you know in the previously on.
It let you know, or the trailer for next week could be watch this episode, bitches.
Saving people, hunting things.
Because Supernatural
we gotta find Dad.
Supernatural was pretty good at the beginning. I will give them that. I'll give them.
Oh my god, those first 5 seasons, beautiful. Yeah. Loved it. Stands so hard.
Yeah, that's what I have to say. I think Veronica Mars. I think there's a lot of circumstances that screwed over the season, and I don't think the writers did enough to help themselves.
I agree. I think Rob just was trying to keep the show on no matter what.
It felt very much like the at this point it felt very anti-Buffy, where it's the Buffy kind of fell into the fan trap of keeping Spike and Buffy kind of a thing. And I think Rob was trying really hard to push that away. He didn't want the fans to have any say on the show. So he's oh, you guys want Logan and Veronica? No, not unless I say so.
I know. Which sucks, because I think that is a far better relationship than Spike and Buffy.
Well, it also makes more sense. And
it fits, and the chemistry is better.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying Sarah Michelle and James Marsters don't have chemistry. They definitely do.
But especially since you have season 2 as this whole lead up to them getting together, and then just break them up basically right away. It felt cheap and more sensational than it had to be.
I agree. It sucks too, because then it wasn't even we only really got them for 4 or 5 episodes as a couple before they started breaking up.
Yeah. And then it made you hate.
It's so hard to be a love fan.
And then, and then this is another problem with Piz and Parker. They were set up to be disliked, because obviously you're going to hate these characters that are dating the couple you want.
But I didn't feel that way about Parker
until the last episode, and then I had a lot of issues with Parker.
She just had some weird tones. It
didn't work for me. It felt very much like we need to write Parker out of the show because we don't want her next season.
If you ever meet, she is a fugly slut. Like, she went home and wrote in her burn book that she apparently has now. It's stupid. So yeah, that's the end of season 3.
That's the end of the original series.
Oh God, yeah. I keep forgetting it too, that this was, at one point, this is all we got. And then it wasn't for 10 years later that we got the movie?
Like less than 10 years. Because wasn't it not the actual 10-year reunion?
Yeah, because that's right. I was thinking for some, because that came out in 2014 and the show ended in 2007. So 7 years.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that when we talk about it next week. I'm excited. I know you have issues in the movie. I have not watched the movie in a long time, so I could... Clearly, my opinions on things have changed in the last... As an adult, my opinions on things have changed. Also, we just got to get over the fact that Leighton Meester is not going to be in it.
I know.
We just got to get over it.
But also, Navy Logan, I recall... I'm for this. I'm all for this.
I see this happening. Okay.
He cuts a nice figure.
All right, so if you liked what you heard today, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any episodes. Give us a little 5-star tap. Let us know that you enjoyed it. And if you want to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, we are at veronicamarspod on both of those. Or you can reach out to us through email, veronicamarspod@gmail.com. I know I haven't said that in a while, so use it if you want. If you want to follow me on social media, I am on Twitter at Ojo. That is OHJEAUX. And Travis, you're also places.
I am on Twitter and Instagram, and technically, I have a Facebook for art, but
ew. Isn't that what Instagram's for?
I guess. It's at Travis Truant. That's Travis, then TRUANT for Trant. Trant.
And we will be back next week with the Veronica Mars movie, Part 1. Yes, this is going to be a 2-part episode.
Who knows? Maybe it won't be. We keep thinking it's going to be, but we only have 20 minutes to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We talked about a 12-minute season 4 pitch for an hour. Travis, if we don't talk for more than 2 hours about a 2-hour movie, I don't know what we're doing here.
I have a feeling this might even be a 3-parter. This might be a 3-fer.
You need to shut the fuck up. I am not.
Because I think the first part is just going to be us talking about not being Leighton Meester, and that's going to be it.
Fuck, God damn it is. I hate you. I hate how accurate that is. This podcast is trash. I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye.
You tried to say Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.